Well, thanks for checking out this video. At the Barberton campus, we are really excited for what God is doing and has done in and through our church. We're excited because in March of this year, we started a 3-year journey asking God to lead us into where He wants us. The journey that we started, we called The Seed. And we called it The Seed because we took it from a passage in Isaiah 61, where Isaiah is talking about when Jesus is to come to free us and rescue us and redeem us. And in verse 3, he talks about these oaks of righteousness will grow out of the gospel impact. And we started to ask the question as a church, what if we planted the seed that would become the next generation of oaks? We really got around that to say we would love to see God work in such a way through our efforts to have oaks of righteousness popping up in Barberton and beyond for the sake of the gospel and to give glory to God. That's the journey we're on over the course of these 3 years, is to ultimately plant the seed of the gospel in people's lives to see transformation happen and see that impact multiply. And we looked at 3 different areas inside of this journey that we really want to focus on and feel like our energies need to be poured to. First is reaching the lost. Second is raising up disciples. And third is releasing leaders. That we believe if we focus on these areas that God will work in such a way that the gospel will make sense to people around our community. We want to reach the lost, and inside of that, we want to see community spaces become Jesus spaces. We don't just want to invite people to our stuff, but we want to build relationships with people in our community. And ultimately, in that effort, we've seen 2 community spaces, one at Van Buren, one at Common Threads, pop up in the last couple years where God is doing a work in reaching people and engaging relationally people in our community. The second area of raising up disciples, we want to make disciples who make disciples. And so we are developing environments where discipleship is being had and disciples are being taught what it means to follow Jesus and love Jesus, not just in our adult realm, but in our student and kid realm. And then we want to release leaders. We want to release the next generation of leaders and invest in them in such a way that we would see the gospel continue in generations to come. And so we're getting opportunities to get around the leaders of our campus and even the next generation leaders to see that take place. We're really excited about what God has done, even just in the first 6 months of this journey together. And we want to invite you to be a part of it. Maybe you're newer to Grace, or maybe you jumped in and you weren't a part of that conversation. We would love to invite you to jump in with us and what it looks like to give to this journey called The Seed. We invited people to consider 3 different ways of investing inside of this journey. The first is to pray, to only ask God to do only what He can do inside of this journey. The second is to participate, to jump into environments like group life or serving or being a part of what's going on in the activity of the church. And then lastly, we invited people to partner with us financially, that we ultimately reworked our budget and looked at our budget in such a way to be able to build it around reaching the lost, raising up disciples, and releasing leaders. And we need your help to see these ministries and these opportunities happen through the gracious gift of your finances. And so we want to invite you to consider what it would look like to give financially to the movement of grace through that seed journey. What's cool is the seed journey is not an extra fund or an extra kind of item. It is encompassed within our general budget. And so we'd ask you to consider what it would look like to either start giving to the general budget on a regular basis or maybe increase your giving to the general budget for the sake of the seed journey making an impact in our community and beyond. There's kind of 3 easy ways that you can engage with any one of those next steps. The first is if you're in person in our services, there's a card, it's a commitment card, basically lays out all those options. We'd love for you to fill one out, drop it in the box that's nearby there, and ultimately we will resurface the conversation with you and help you take that next step. The second is there's a web page on our website. Maybe that's where you found this video. You can go on there. There's an online commitment card, or you can reach out and ask questions. The last one is this. If you're interested in hearing more of the details and what it looks like and the conversation we've been having around the seed, I'd love to meet with you. And so if you just email barberton@graceohio.org, we can set up a time to walk through the journey we have been on as a campus and the journey that God is leading us in the next 3 years. We'd love to have that. We're so grateful for you. thank you for considering investing in the seed and what God is doing in and through the Barberton campus of Grace Church. We love that we get to do this together. We hope to hear from you soon. We'll see you later.